The Victorian era of England was a time of rapid modernization and growth of the British Empire, marked by the reign of Queen Victoria from 1837 to 1901. Social class was very important in the Victorian era of England. The three main classes of this era included the upper class, made of royalty and nobility. They were almost all, in all cases, born into wealth. They would also inherit any estates or titles passed down from their family. All members of this class would be educated, and boys would often go to boarding schools at a young age, while girls would be educated near home. The middle class was below them. Although some may have had wealth comparable or even greater than those of the upper class, their family status, which was more important at the time, was lesser than those of the upper class. Many included merchants who would trade with Britain's colonies or other nations, and business owners or other professional workers like doctors and bankers. The working class was the largest class by far, making up nearly 75% of England's population. They were the physical laborers of England, doing work from fishing to mining to factory work or farmers. They did not make great wages, and women, sometimes even children, would have to work in order to support their families. Many famous Victorians include the likes of Charles Darwin, the father of evolution theory. Others include famous writers such as Charles Dickens or Lewis Carroll. England as a nation progressed in many different ways. One setback they did have was the Irish potato famine. After disease destroyed many potatoes, many Irish died from starvation and illness caused by the famine. It also led to mass poverty from farmers who now had no crop to sell. Many immigrated to other nations, specifically America, in hopes of starting a new life there. In 1854, the Crimean War broke out. The English wanted to prevent the Russians from gaining a warm water port, so they supported the Ottomans in keeping that the case. They were successful as the Russians failed to get their warm water port and were kicked out of the Black Sea. England expanded to many new places during the Victorian era. They had completed the Suez Canal and then took control of Egypt. They also grabbed South Africa after gold was discovered there from the Boer War and connected the two from north to south. They also expanded deeper into India, trading with them, which they got there by building their rail system. Scientific advancements in Victorian England included not only Darwin's theory of evolution, but also in ways of improving health. The Public Health Act of 1848 helped clean the used water of England and prevented many diseases caused by dirty water. Later in 1856, Henry Bessemer discovered a new way to make steel more efficiently. This helped England use steel on large-scale projects and not just for small specific tools, which had previously been worked on. Then in 1876, Alexander Graham Bell created the first telephone line. Victorian England was a very prosperous time for the nation. Its imperial empire reached a peak unmatched by other nations, and it was ahead of the competition scientifically.